Welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a more advanced first-person mode in Creative 2.0. Let's get right into it. So for the original Creative builders, to get in first-person immersion, you would have to go and get a helipad and copy it a bunch of times in order to get the effect. Rotate it, and when you walk in it, you would go into first-person mode. But that's in Creative 1, okay? In Creative 2.0, there's actually a new way to go in first-person mode, which is way easier, and it can you can use it more in a broad sense. So to do it, all you have to do is come over here to the top, click on this icon right here. It says quick add to project, come down to volumes, and drag and drop a blocking volume where you want it to be. And this right here is a volume that actually does a lot of things. Obviously today I'm going to show you how to get the first person immersion. And what you're going to do is, when you have it selected, go to details and then go over to collision presets. Click on the tab. You want to scroll down kind of halfway till you see where is it? It's right here. Fort camera only. Okay, you want to click that, and now that's literally all you have to do. Once you walk into this this area zone, once the game is started and stuff, you'll be in first person mode. And we want to actually go back to details and use the scale us out more. Use it. Let's say you do this. There we go. That looks good. And we can actually make it a little higher as well. And that alone, and because it's in Creative 2.0, you can make it the size of your whole map. So if I wanted to come over here, just put in 100, it'd be the size of the whole map. Okay, instead of copying and pasting multiple helipads, this is all you have to do. But now, you saw in the beginning of the video, you saw me in the guns were there. Because usually when you go to first person mode, it's just kind of like, it's just this basically. It looks like this. You can't see your character or anything. There's a new way that just been found out. Let's go to the content drawer. Okay, go to your file folder for your game, and right click and come down to user interface. You want to click on widget blueprint. Okay, then use a widget, and I'll name this gun name. There we go. Just double click it. It'll pull up your workshop, and then you want to come over to the left and drag canvas panel. Okay, the rest of it, don't worry about it. Okay, I've actually tried to mess with it and do a little more complicated things, more complex things with it, and it actually doesn't work yet in Creative 2.0. I mean, obviously it does when you're using the software, but it won't let you upload it to the game. Okay, you can't actually use it live yet. But after that, you want to actually go and grab yourself 2 images. That is going to be one, the image of you being in kind of idle with the gun, and then the next picture you aiming the gun with the sights. And you want to just find an image that has a gun and then a hand as well, and then you want to cut the background out of your image. And to do that, you can go over to Photoshop or any photo app that you can take the background out pretty easily, and you can just take the background out. To do it in Photoshop, I'll actually show you right now. Once you're in Photoshop, you can just go and start a new project, and you can just make a custom 2048 1152 or whatever size, it's fine. But once you do that, you want to get your files, just drag and drop it to your project. I've obviously already took the background off this one, but what you have to do once it's in is click on this lasso right here, then click on select mask, and then select the object, and it'll actually select the object for you. I mean, it usually does. I mean, all I had to do is this, and this is how I got it to look like this. There was a white background at first. And once it selects the object, if there is any parts that needs to be refined, you want to click this brush icon right here and just kind of hover over the parts that isn't visible, and it'll fix it. And then before you click OK, you want to scroll down to output and click on new layer before you click OK, or it won't actually save it. And then once it's saved, you'll have your picture background removed. Click on File, export it, export as, and then you want to make sure it's PNG and transparency. And then click Export. Find your image on your files and drag and drop it into your content browser on UEFN. Okay, let's go back to project. Once you're back on Unreal, you can go to your image and you can drag and drop it onto your screen, and you want to resize it to fit the needs of the first person immersion that you want to do. So for this one, obviously I have some pistols, so I want this more in the middle of the screen. If you had like an assault rifle or something like that, you would want it to be more over here because, you know, it's bigger obviously. But for this one, I want it more in the middle of the screen. And if you line it up with the middle box, like right here, it'll actually be perfect. And if you line up most of your guns to it, excuse me, it should be perfect, because the bloom and stuff is gonna be like right here, so it's, you know, perfect angles. But wherever you want it to be, you might have to kind of play around with it, keep on updating and launching it to your game so you can, you know, play it live. But once you get it to kind of where you want it to be, you come to the top, click on compile, and you can close the window. Okay, now you want to come back and go back to your folders, right click and make another user interface of the aim down side. Okay, now you don't have to do this, you can just keep it as, you know, having one, you know, idle pose with it, or you can make it a little bit more advanced and then make the you know, aim down sight. So let's do that right now. You know, create another widget, we'll just keep it as blueprint widget, it's fine. And then we're gonna double click again, come over to canvas panel, drag and drop. We're gonna grab our picture and move it in. Okay, resize it again where you want it to be. Okay, and if you want, I can give you guys these images and these images already, like with the background removed, in the link down below so you guys can download them. You guys don't have to get them yourself if you want to use these images yourself. Okay, but let's move this where we need it to be. Let's just put it right here. I think this box is where this one needs to go. Yeah, pretty sure it does. Put it right here. Okay, now we want to compile this when we have it ready. Close out, and now we're done with the blueprints. Okay, we don't need to worry about the blueprints no more, unless we're, you know, fixing it a little bit. Now let's come to the content drawer, go to Fortnite, and the devices we want to use is we want to use the HUD device, not the HUD device, but the HUD message device. Let's see, let's go grab it, search for it, there we go. Put it over here. We're gonna need two of these. We need one for the first blueprint and another one for the next blueprint. Okay, this is drag and drop that now. And then the next thing we're gonna need is we're gonna need a mutator zone. Okay, mutator zone. Oops. There we go. And this mutator zone needs to be half the width of a character. So we want to actually flip this over, okay, and then just raise it up just like that, and that should be about right. Then we want to scale it up so that it's the same width as our first person, you know, zone. Okay, so let's just do that real quick. Why is it? Okay. B, and no. Okay. There we go. And that should be good. If not, we can just change it real quick. Okay, so let's come back over here to our HUD messengers. Okay, so click on the first one, go details, and we want the audio off. Okay, by doing that, just click tab, click clear. You don't have to turn the audio off, but once you're switching through, you know, sites when you're playing the game, when you're hearing it, it just kind of takes the feeling away. So you want to kind of just take that off. Placement, we want the placement custom, and we want it to be center. Okay, then we can come down to show and hide. Actually, before we do that, we have to go to HUD widget and make sure we have the right one selected. So we can put the drop down menu down and go to the ones that we named. The first one that we named for the first site, we want to click on that one. Okay, this one was for me, that was mine. It's gonna be a different name for you. Okay, then for show, we want to click show, and we want to make it so that it shows the first one once we walk into the mutator zone. Okay, so we can, by doing so, we can do this. So we can click on this little I don't know what it really is called, but just click on this, then you click on the device, the mutator zone, and then we can just put it on when entered, it'll show it. Okay, then we want to make it so that when we leave, it's gonna hide it. Okay, so we click on it again, click on exit zone, and there we go. That's the end of that mutator zone with that device. We can click on the other HUD device and do the same thing, but first obviously we have to make it so that it's the other blueprint. So make sure that whatever you named the other blueprint, that's what you click on here. Okay, and then again, if you want to remove the audio to a better experience, then we want it to show when we leave the mutator zone. Click on the mutator zone again, and then click on exiting zone. Then on hide, we want it to be when we enter the mutator zone, and then just repeat that process. Okay, on entering the zone, there we go, and that's the end of that. Okay, and pretty much, guys, that's it. I mean, that is it. Okay, now all we have to do is add the gun in, and we are pretty much good to go. That's all you have to do for the blueprints and you know, swapping back and forth. This is the only way that I see so far to be able to trigger these HUD boxes using the mutator zone, is crouching, you know, leaving the mutator zone and re-entering it by uncrouching. It's the easiest way that I found, and the only way that I've also found. So if you guys come up with any other ways, you know, feel free to use it, you know, your own ways. The next thing we want to do is we want to come over here and we want to get a gun. So let's just search for guns. We need to go to the Fortnite folder. There we go. Let's put the pistol down. There we go. Okay, that's literally it. All we have to do, and we're good to go. I'm gonna start the game real quick so you guys can see. Okay, guys, the game is started. Let's see how it works. We can pick up our gun. Okay, got our gun out. Come over here to the mutator zone. First person mode. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Crazy. Wow. Okay. Wow. Look at that. We did it. The crouch blueprint one could probably be lifted up a bit and moved to the side. But I mean, look at that. That's crazy. Okay. But if you did everything right, it should look just like this, and you should be good to go. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, or something that you need to know how to do in Creative 2.0, and I'll get to it. But hope you guys enjoyed. Please give me a like on the video if you enjoyed, and have a nice day. See ya.